Okay, let me come back to 22 because we just did the perimeter on 22. If we wanted to find the area first, I have my base. Area is equal to base times height, but I don't have my height right here. However, since this is a right angle, this is a right triangle, the 3 and the 5 with the H make a right triangle, and hopefully by now you remember your Pythagorean triples. That H is going to be 4. It's a 3, 4, 5 Pythagorean triple. So then you have base times height. 7 times 4 is 28. So 28 is C. 23, find the area of the shaded region, round to the nearest tenth. Okay, well, I have a rectangle that's 6 by 5. So base times height gives me an area of 30. That's the rectangle. The circle, I have half of a circle. Half of a circle. So that's pi r squared. Well, 5 is the diameter. So the radius is equal to 2.5. So pi times 2.5 squared. Okay, then I'm going to need to subtract that because I have to get the circle out of the rectangle area. So I'm going to pull up my calculator. So now I've got my calculator up. It magically appears. And I already have 30. I'm going to subtract 3.14 times 2.5 squared. And I'm going to get 10.375, which is going to be B. Describe the three-dimensional figure that can be made from the given net. This is a two-dimensional representation of a three-dimensional figure. So this is base 1, this is base 2, and then this is the side or the lateral. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 sides, which means it's a hexagon. That means I can eliminate these two over here. Now I have to decide, is it a prism or is it a pyramid? If I fold this up, am I going to come to a point or am I going to have kind of like a cylinder? Well, these don't come to a point because a pyramid has one base. A prism has two bases. So since I have base 1 and base 2, this is going to be a hexagonal prism. Okay, 25, it says find the lateral area and surface area of the right cylinder. My diameter is equal to 6, which means my radius is 3. My lateral area is going to be 2 pi r h. And my surface area is going to be 2 pi r squared plus the lateral area 2 pi r h. So if I do 2 pi r h, that's going to give me 2 pi times 3 times 10. If I multiply that all together, my lateral is going to be 60 pi. Okay. Then my surface area, I'm going to have 2 times pi times 3 squared plus, and I've already found 2 pi rh, it's 60 pi. So 2 times pi times 3 squared is going to give me 18 pi plus 60 pi. That's going to give me 78 pi for the surface area. So I'm looking for 60 pi for the lateral and 78 pi for the surface area. And I have 60 pi here at D and surface area 78. Please note that they switched them here at B. And the answer is D. 26, find the volume of a sphere with a diameter of 30. So if the diameter is 30, then the radius is equal to 15. My volume formula is 4/3 pi r to the third power. And please ignore this 7, it doesn't belong there. 4/3 pi times 15 to the third power. I'm going to have to go to my calculator. Four-thirds times 15 to the third power. I'm leaving out pi because my answers all have pi in them, and I get 4,500. That means that I have 4,500 pi for the volume, which is going to be B. Okay, 27. Find the lateral area and surface area of a regular square pyramid with a base edge of length 6 and a slant height of 8. Okay, so here's my 6. It says it's the base edge, and it says my slant height is 8. So coming down the face of that triangle is 8. And my lateral area is 1/2 perimeter times slant height. And my surface area is equal to the area of the base, big B, plus 1/2 perimeter times slant height. So for my lateral, I'm going to take 1/2. My perimeter, I have 6, 6, 6, and 6. So I have 6 times 4, which is 24. And then I'm going to times it by the slant height, 8. So let me go to my calculator here. 1/2 times 24 times 8, that gives me 96. So my lateral area is 96, and that's going to be meters squared. And then I need the area of the base. So the area of the base is going to be length times width of the side squared. So 6 times 6 is 36 plus 96. So that adds up together to give me 132, and that's also meters squared, and that's my surface area. And I'm looking for 96 for the lateral. See it here. That's the only one that has 96 for the lateral, so my answer is B. Find the volume of a right rectangular prism with a length of 12, a width of 10, and a height of 6, round to the nearest tenth. Okay, well these don't match. So we're going to cross those out. So a length of 10, a width of, or a length of 12, width of 10, and then a height of 6. Okay, so if I multiply all those together, because the volume is the area of the base times height, my area of my base is a rectangle, so it's going to be length times width times height. So that's going to give me 12 times 10 times 6. And let me go to my, oh, I don't need a calculator, I can do it. 6 times 12 is 72, and 72 times 10 is 720. If you want to confirm, you can use my calculator. 12 times 10 times 6, 720. Okay, 29. Find the surface area of a sphere with a radius of 7. So my surface area is going to be 4 pi r squared. So that's going to be 4 times pi times 7 squared. So coming back to my calculator. 4 times 7 squared, because pi is in my answer, I get 196. So I'm going to have 196 pi as my surface area. I'm going to pause. Okay, last problem. We have find the lateral area and surface area of a right cone with a radius of 6 and a height of 8. Again, these dimensions don't match the picture, so we need to put that in. 6. And the height here is 8. That makes a right angle. And our lateral area is going to be pi r L, which is the slant height. And surface area is going to be pi r squared plus pi r L. Now we don't have L. This number would represent L, but we do have a right triangle, which means we can use Pythagorean theorem. I'm not going to use Pythagorean theorem because I recognize this as a triple. 6, 8, and the slant height is 10. If you want to use Pythagorean theorem, feel free. But I would take time to memorize those Pythagorean triples. 9 times out of 10, you're going to see those used on any single standardized test, like SAT, ACT. So now that I have my slant height, I'm going to plug it in. I have pi times 6 times 10. That's going to give me 60 pi. So my lateral area is 60 pi, and I have 2 of those. So I can eliminate these 2. And then pi r squared, pi times 6 squared, plus that 60 pi. I'm going to have 36 pi plus 60 pi, and that's going to give me 96 pi. So the only one with 96 pi is A. Okay, I want to wish you luck. Good luck on the final exam. Hopefully some of you are exempt, and hopefully some of you will watch this video to learn how to make the calculations and get the score you need to pass the semester. Good luck.